Hey, what's up, bud?
What's going on, Paul? You
That's a
look
little
like,
bit of a different setting you have there.
yeah,
I mean, I told you I was going to be camping this week, so we're at the
yeah.
camp. But I mean,
This is the we're traveling edition. So
I'm
you
very
are in a
jealous of you, by the
cabin.
way. I'm very jealous of you.
Yeah, you are in a cabin. When I say cabin, I mean like you're in like a ridiculous 5-star like cabin.
5-star
Crazy.
resort here. Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm actually in Dallas. In this is supposed to be a hotel, but it's like an Airbnb apartment. So it's a really cool,
it looks
awesome place.
nice.
So this week I came to Dallas to hang out with our guests a little bit, and don't think that this is going to be a regular thing because it's going to get way too expensive to visit every week to who was on the show.
You
So
planned it out very well this week, I gotta say.
I did plan this out. So I think we should just get our guests in here right away. So
Absolutely, let's do it.
let's
roll
run this
it.
clip here.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't make it out of this alive, just want to let my family know that I love them. I love them so much. Okay, looks like I'm the last one on the team. I'm gonna go all out. I love you. I love you. I love you.
What an intro right there.
You know, you do something and it's like, oh, it's funny at the time, but then you watch it like 3 years later and it's like, what are you doing? That was hilarious.
Oh, man.
You're always
I haven't
funny.
seen that clip in years. That's so funny. That is really cool.
That was actually from the Camera Camp video that you did. So that is what exactly happened at Camera Camp.
True to my heart. True to my heart.
Welcome to Creator Camp, Sidney.
Thank you for having me. This is cool. Good seeing you again, Kyle.
It's been like 2 hours.
2 hours. Had some fun times filming. But yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So like we started the show obviously kind of with the intent of, I wouldn't say having the vibe of like Camera Camp, where it's just a bunch of creators hanging out, kind of talking around a campfire, learning about each other. But now we have like an audience to do that in front of too. That you get a different side, different aspect of the creators that you like to follow. When you just kind of hear them sit on a show and talk about random stuff. So.
And it's cool seeing the people in the chat. Can I say hi to some people real quick?
Absolutely.
Yeah, is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah. So I want to say hi to Worth It or Not. You're from Fort Worth, so not too far from McKinney. That's awesome. We got Brad Fogel in the chat. He didn't realize he was in my chat. So hey, thanks for watching the stream on my channel. We got Jared Spink. Saw him last month down in San Diego, and just a bunch of other people here in the chat. Just a quick hello to everyone. And so yeah, we got another
Texan in the room here too.
Ooh.
You better say y'all tonight.
Y'all.
Yeah. It is the best word. Like I started saying it the first week I moved here, and it just makes sense. Like in California, and say, "Hey, you guys," but it's just quicker to say y'all.
Oh yeah, y'all. You betcha.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh, you betcha.
You betcha.
We say "ope," I think, in Minnesota. So like, oh, sorry, let me get around you there. Oh, excuse me, real quick.
It's like very, very close to like the Canadian accent,
Yeah.
AJ Core TV, I saw your early comment from today. South Florida, not too far from me. Yes, I am not that cool. Okay, I know I'm a small creator, and we got Sidney Diongzon.
You are cool. You are cool.
I mean, okay, I have I don't know if you don't know. I'm very friendly with my YouTube community, and Sidney's just a really nice guy. He's generous to come and join us. Kyle's actually visiting him today, so we got lucky, and it just happened out that way. And thank you so much, Sidney.
Yeah.
I met him first time at Camera Camp in person, but I've been a dedicated follower of his before he was even doing this full time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and can I just say, shout out to Paul. Paul has been probably one of the most supportive people in the community. Just commenting on people's videos and taking the time to watch them. Like I don't even watch my own videos, but Paul takes the time to watch it. So I just wanted to say, thank you, Paul, for doing that, and thank you, Kyle, for driving all the way from Minnesota to hang out with me in Dallas.
The funny story about that is when you're driving south, like there's that point where like, how far am I in this drive? Like, have I hit the south yet? It's literally when you start hearing y'all, you're in the south. It's crazy. As soon as you're like, oh hey y'all, or like hey y'all, come again, you're like, oh, I'm in the south now. what is this, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, so tonight, you know, guys, throw your questions in there too. We'll throw them up on the screen. My wife is in the chat right now too. Yay, Paul,
Oh.
Kyle sucks.
Oh, come on. Come on.
We got Canada here. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun thing. Tomorrow you have another creator event too.
I do.
It's your Creator and Coffee in Plano, Texas.
Yeah. So it's the greater DFW area. It's all kind of jumbled up the same. That's like, you know, Plano, Frisco, McKinney, Fort Worth, all that stuff. Dallas, of course. But yeah, it's an event called Coffee and Creators, where the idea is to go to a local coffee shop, you know, not like a Starbucks or whatever, not a chain, but like an actual local coffee shop to support the coffee shop, but also invite creatives in the area. And I've noticed, like, ever since I moved to Texas, there are a bunch of creative people here, like filmmakers, photographers, graphic designers. They're just all very shy, you know what I mean? But when you open up a space for them to just commune and just have coffee and chat and meet up, like, they just come alive. And, you know, that's so common in California, but, you know, in Texas, like, there are a ton of amazingly creative people here too. And so that was the idea of it. This will be the third event that we'll be doing. And it's been we've been packing the place like every single night. It's really cool. Nice. And it's really cool seeing people like form actual friendships, and people would send me photos of like, hey, you know, this is the Coffee and Creators crew. We're actually making a short film together. And that to me is like, that's worth it, worth its weight in gold, you know? And so I'm really excited to host tomorrow night. And I believe Kyle, you'll be joining. In person.
I'm here, so that's kind of fun.
May as well.
I had the whole week off, so it was just made sense to drive. I was going to go to California. It just seemed like it was going to be a little bit too much driving, especially on like summer tires through the mountains. I was a little iffy on that because Denver could go either way with snow in the mountains. So it was a quick, easy decision. Get on 35W and drive until you hit here. So it was fun.
And Kyle helped me film like a lot of B-roll stuff for a couple of review videos that I'm doing, and got to help Kyle out with a cool project that he's working on, and it's a cool project. I'm excited, so it was cool to hang out.
The evidence is back there.
Yes, there it is.
I call it the evidence because you know the film that was in that camera was evidence at one point. So yeah, we went to I'm just gonna say it now. We went to Daily Plaza today, and it was very eerie using cameras in that area when we went to all the we went to all the spots that were like famous for like photos and videos.
Should we give context? Do people know? Like, I don't know if people know.
I'm doing a video on that camera back there, which is like the camera that Zapruder used to film the capture the assassination of Kennedy. And I kind of want to do a video on like the history of the camera and like how much cameras have evolved since then. And we just decided to shoot different angles and kind of see like, what would a modern camera capture nowadays with that? Would it be less questions answered, unsolved now, or more? I will say though, like when you did it too, but when you put that camera up to your eye, standing in that spot, that was an awful feeling.
It's crazy because it's like you almost put yourself in history, like as if you were the person filming. What was his name? Abraham
Zapruder. Yeah.
Zapruder. Like just being in the spot where he stood at, filming it, like, and seeing, imagining what it would be like to see the assassination of John F. Kennedy. It's crazy. It was so surreal, and it felt really weird.
It was weird doing it on our A7S III, and you're getting the framing kind of right, and you're like, this is just kind of weird and dark. But it's like the second I put that thing up to my eyeball, and like you see the exact focal range and size, you're just like, I felt kind of ill. Like I did not have a good feeling after that. That was weird. So.
Was it the tacos that made you feel ill?
No, the tacos were great.
Texas makes good tacos.
Yeah, Texas made good tacos. Paul, you're gonna have to come down here at some point and get some tacos.
Yeah. So I love me some tacos, and Sidney's the taco king, so I'll follow wherever he goes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's Creator Camp here. We're also we're gonna be having a game show here pretty soon. In about 20 minutes or so. It's going to pin you up against Paul, and the questions are all based on your channel.
Okay, wow.
So, like you said earlier, how like people like Paul comment on all your videos, and this not just yours, but in general, like a lot of YouTubers. He watches a lot of YouTubers' videos, so he's a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to answering these questions here. So we'll have that. Feel free, you guys in the chat too. Like when you're when we get to the game show, I'd love to see the answers from you guys as well, because it's kind of interesting having like 2 games going on at once. So, but yeah, so you've been on YouTube now for a while.
I have been on YouTube technically, since 2012, but I haven't really done anything with it for the most part. I only started making consistent content on YouTube in 2016, at the worst possible time, because my second child, my daughter, was just born, and I had the great idea. I'm like, hey, we're busy enough as it is. Let's start a YouTube channel. Let's start posting weekly content. Yeah, it was a crazy time, but I think it was one of those moments where it's like, oh man, I got these kids, and I'm at a job that I don't really like. This is my only chance, like, to do this and make something out of it. Like, I'm gonna really, really go for it. And fortunately, it all worked out.
It did, and you were very you're very much an inspiration to me now. But I just got a new job where I used to film all my YouTube videos at work and on the clock, edit them. I never had to really get my family time in the way of most of my YouTube. Sometimes I do it at my house, but I just got promoted, and now I'm like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like trying to think about what videos I can do during the week at my work during my lunch breaks and my 15-minute breaks throughout the day. Like it's crazy. I know kind of a little bit of in the life of what you had to go through when you were really trying to do it full time. So
you know what it is. I think as a parent, you kind of, you're forced to adapt into a new lifestyle, to a new schedule. You know what I mean? And so like here I am, like got 2 kids. I have a wife. We want to buy a house one day. I got a full-time job, so it's like you have to figure out when and where can you make content and edit content, and what kind of stuff that you want to make, like during the week, on a Monday, on a Wednesday. Like you have to really think about what you want to film and use every possible minute you can to to do the work and actually make it. And I think that kind of attributes to just being a parent. You just kind of adapt, and you just gotta make those boundaries and just go for it.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a parent, so that's probably why I like plan a video. I go lay on the couch, I watch Netflix, I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like maybe a week later, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
I was really good with consistency for a while, and that's a big part of YouTube. Yeah. I definitely got out of that a little bit here and there. Like lately, I've been putting all the time and effort into getting this creator camp started. So I'm getting back to that now, and hopefully we got a couple of new videos coming soon here. So, but yeah, the consistency factor is like a huge part of like being a creator on YouTube.
It's hard. Everybody thinks, oh, look, YouTube is so easy, but it's hard. It's
there are days where it is easy, and there are many days where it's very hard. But that's like any other job, you know what I mean? There are some days that are easy, and a lot of days that are hard. And so it's just
well, by hard I don't mean by hard I don't mean like, man, this is like terrible, you don't want to do it. But I mean hard by like it takes a lot more time than people typically think. Like trying to balance a YouTube channel and a full-time job, even one video a week or one video every 2 weeks is still challenging, especially when you're trying to juggle family like you and I were.
Well, totally. And juggle
like midnight, be okay,
And you're juggling like brand deals, like products that are about to come out. Like when I was sitting in your office, and like I got to overhear like your Sony meeting a little bit. That was kind of crazy. And then like just seeing your calendar, I'm just like, oh boy.
Oh man, yeah, my calendar.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, if that's what's coming to me, like, oh man, that's scary.
But it's practical things you kind of pick up along the way. Like for me, I use my calendar so much, but I color code it. You know what I mean? So personal stuff, green is like work stuff. I use my calendar to do tasks like throughout the week. Like orange is like the tasks that I have to do on certain days. And so it's like practical things like that anyone can do. It's just a system to help you stay organized. Like whenever I do a shoot, I always do a stories to promote it. You know what I mean? Because I know I won't have time to promote it and make a stories when it's ready to post. But like because I filmed that stories while I was filming, okay, cool. I'll just pull it up on my phone and boom, post it, kind of thing. And so, hey, but parents in the chat, like we have AJ Cole, who has a 2-year-old and 9-year-old. So if you're a parent in the chat, hey, just hands off to you. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's I noticed that when we were filming some of your one video, you were doing some shots vertically and then you'd go back and switch them back to normal. And my thought was like, oh, that's how he's getting all these like awesome content for your reels, is that you just like literally just decide, oh, I'm just going to do the same shot I just did, but in vertical now, and just
exactly
like repost it, you know. And I know like
and then
Chris Rocker used to like attach his ZV-1 sideways to his like rig, like instead of having like a cage on the handle,
yeah,
he would put his like thing there, and he would just hit record on both and get content for both at the same time. I'm
that works too.
like,
That totally
multitasking,
works.
So yeah,
You
I
just
guess they're
learn,
doing
you
that more.
adapt, and you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Brandon in the chat. This is Tech Today.
Yeah, he was at Camera Camp, right?
He was. He was
Yeah,
at Camera Camp.
I figured that was the case. Yep, I remember seeing him. Yeah,
All the Camera Camp vibes. That's you know, I'm the only one here who wasn't at Camera Camp, so like Paul was. You were.
when I had this like stream idea, I went to Kyle. I was like, this is kind of my idea, and I want to steal a little bit of camp vibes. So when I got the logo
Also-
created, I kind of just sent them. I love that lake with the whole, you know. And I remember seeing like,
Yes.
what was it? Josh Yo riding around the one wheel. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool? Could you do like a guy on a camera with a gimbal in his hand riding around on one wheel in the logo? And like, it ended up being like one of them is like, you know, I think I had him color the hair, one for Kyle, one for me. I don't remember. Who,
It's
Yeah,
a little hard
it
to
was-
tell, but yeah,
It's so good.
both.
For those of you in the chat that don't know what Camera Camp is, basically Sony, Justine and Jenna hosted this thing where I guess 100 creators got together, hang out, and a bunch more in a beautiful cabin in cabin resort in Montana. And I met probably my best friends there. Honestly, it is the best. And if and when it happens again, I don't know. It'd be awesome to see everyone again and just to recreate that awesome feeling. You know, it's good times.
So cool. And like there was like I was like one of the 100 YouTubers at the time. I was like, I think I was barely 100 subscribers, or maybe just a little bit over, and I got to go.
So you know.
And it was, well, you know, kind of who I know. I mean, I do know Quay. He lives in Orlando, but he might have slipped me in there. But yeah, I got one. I got lucky. I was like, I think it was 100 of us. So, and we had to pay for our own way and our hotel, and we got to stay there for one day with all the other creators. But that experience was like, you know, amazing. I mean, it was just really cool to hear a lot of YouTubers that have been doing it for a while with the grind, and the support system around it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're big or small, like we all work together. It, like, even though, you know, Sidney's amazing 150,000 subscribers and growing, he's still like involved in smaller channels, like prime example of like this, you know, with me and Kyle here tonight. So, you know, the support is amazing on YouTube, and it really is. It's a family.
I think all the big channels know that they were a small channel. So like, it's not like you weren't one at one time. Everyone had to get to where they're at. So,
but I think like,
you know,
when you go to a place like Camera Camp, or you hang out with another creator, like the number of subscribers just kind of dissipates. Like, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, no, like I'm a creator. You are a creator as well. Like, we have this commonality of the bond. Like, we're instantly friends. And like, I think that's the thing that bonded all of us at Camera Camp. And there were different size channels at the time. But all that didn't matter. Like the number didn't really matter. It's just like, we're hanging out with fellow camera nerds, and that's what mattered the most.
Yeah. Yep. And I would imagine too, I think you said in your video, like, you didn't have to ask anybody to take a photo or a video. People just were doing it because they just instinctively know, like, hey, I'm going to hang over the side of the boat and do this. You're going to video this, right? Yeah, cool. It's just, I can't imagine like the trade swapping of SD cards during Camera Camp. Like, was everyone like, here's my card, like SD card, here's my SD card?
Josh Show had a really good system. Like, he would go on his SD card, and he would, because he had a Mac, so he would tag clips with different colors. So everything in green, he'd send over to me, or everyone yellow, he'd send over to somebody else. So it was a pretty smart system. But yeah, it was fun swapping
Just a bunch
footage.
of airdrop going on.
So there was a cabin I was staying at. Devin Dovey was my roommate, but next door was Craig Adams, and who was the other guy? Levi Allen. And Craig had taken a picture of Levi and airdropped it to everyone in the cabin house. It was hilarious. Good times.
I've heard stories like that where people are on airplanes and they'll just like send a picture to like the people who have air tags on the plane and just see who accepts them and sends on, and people
It's
will be like,
hilarious.
sometimes they'll send a picture back. So
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious.
Tanner, I miss Camera Camp. We got a lot of Camera Campers in here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah, how many camera campers do we got?
There's a handful, I think, in here. So hello from Virginia.
Kinessa, that's a cool name. Kinessa from Virginia. Hello. Thank you for joining.
Off topic, but we need to find out who was flying that drone today at Daily Plaza and get
There's
that
a
footage.
person flying a drone.
Yeah,
That seems like a little illegal. I mean, I'm sure that they're.
it's
I
got to
don't
be
know, unless they had a waiver, but
it's got to be like a national park at that point, like a historical.
I mean,
site.
it's pretty close to the airport, so I don't know.
If it's within 5 miles of the airport, you got to have a waiver. So
yeah, maybe we don't want that film because we get tagged being like, you can't use this film.
So the guy was flying the drone, and we're like, oh, that's funny, whatever. But we're like, wait a minute, we have camera gear. People might associate us with him. Okay, let's get out of here. Dave Mays is in the house. What's going on, Dave? Good guy.
Dave Mays. We got to get him on here at some point too.
Sick. Have you seen his new logo? It is
his
cool.
little he posted yesterday. He's like, "Do you get it?" And I was staring at it. I'm like following the maze, and I'm like, "Well, it's a pretty easy maze." Oh, duh, Dave Mays. Like it just
Dave Mays. Yeah,
I'm dumb.
Pretty cool.
I got it immediately. My kid loves doing mazes right now. He'll go to like we bought him a maze book, and he's pretty dang good at it for a 4-year-old. Dang.
Dave just said he shot an entire wedding on the ZV-1. You crazy fool. That is awesome. You know what?
I noticed that he's starting to get into Sony a little bit on that front. I think because he used to have a Sony, but he's now going back to the Canon roots.
That's probably why he asked the other day what profile picture to like shoot on, and just like everybody's like standard. I think one person wrote standard -1 saturation or something, and I've played with all the picture profiles on that camera, and it's just like it's just like the standard is the best one, and it's so good. They all kind of look the same once you grade them anyways. So
yeah, so I'd be filming on the A7S III on a show that I'm doing with Sony called The Lowdown, and I film in S-Log3, sometimes S-Cinetone and all this stuff. Oh, I got this, really cool B-roll footage of my co-host Jenna, and she'd film B-roll of me. We just film B-roll of each other, but she'd only film in standard, and I'm like, that looks way better than what I shot. I'm gonna start shooting standard now. But sometimes you don't necessarily have to film in S-Log3.
Yeah.
Or
S-Log3 for me is when you have those highlights that you need to tame that you want to keep in. Like if you don't care if it's overexposing in the background. Yeah. S-Log, I know there's a lot of people that's gonna fight me on those words, but I like using S-Log. I shoot in S-Log3 most of the time, but there's times where I just don't care.
Yeah.
And I'll shoot normal
when I used to shoot Canon, I'd use the portrait cine style. Is that what it's called? I forgot what it's called. So that's it's like a softer version of the standard profile for Sony cameras. And so if any of you guys in the chat are using a Sony camera, try playing with the standard and the portrait. Portrait's a little bit softer, gives you a little bit more room to play. But yeah, Sony's gotten better with colors over the years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On my A6400, I used to put it in neutral as far as like go standard profile, but then go into the settings to do neutral. It gives you a little bit of like that flat look, a tiny bit, to where you can at least have that look if you want that look. but yeah, it's speaking of your Sony show. So that's something you started a couple months ago now. Was that a monthly thing?
It's a monthly thing. And we just signed on to season 2. We're very excited about it. The format of the show is going to change a little bit, where in the first season, episodes would be like 10, 15, sometimes 18 minutes long. It's a little bit too long for YouTube standards. And so we're going to break it up into smaller videos, but more frequent. And so hopefully you'll see weekly videos every Tuesday, Thursday, maybe something like that. But that's where we're trying to go. And got some really fun episodes coming up, like crazy fun episodes. I wish I could share, but I can't. But it's just this be. Oh my goodness! This is
the most recent one, you guys like went go-kart racing, you and Jenna.
That was cool.
Yes, she totally wiped the floor with you.
She did beat me. What was funny is that because I'm into F1 racing. I love Formula One, and I've been bragging to the director and the camera guy there. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna on turn 1, I'm gonna go on the inside. I'm gonna do this, and if she goes past me, I'm gonna ride the slipstream. Bragging like an idiot. Won the first race, my ego goes even higher, and then the second. And I just slowly deteriorate, and just like I was just a little bit mad the entire day because she beat me fair and square. I'm just competitive that way.
Yeah. So anyone who is watching who doesn't know, you host a show with Jenna called The Lowdown. It's on Sony's
Yes.
YouTube channel.
It is.
So
So
it's like
it is a show by Sony Electronics. So not Sony Alpha, not Sony Entertainment, but Sony Electronics, where Jenna and myself just talk about Sony products. We meet up with different creators, go behind the scenes on certain things. Yeah, and the episode's coming up this summer. It's going to be pretty insane. We'll be doing a few episodes in New York, in LA, and other places. So yeah, stand by. Lots of fun.
Orlando?
If you happen to do a cool,
Potentially.
fun one, the Mall of America is a good spot. I'm just saying.
In Minnesota.
You got go-karts, you got amusement parks, you got
Roller coasters? Yeah.
there's mini golf. There's so much crap at the mall.
Yeah,
For me,
we're
it's just a
gonna
mall.
everywhere. Yeah.
So, but it'd be a good place.
Yeah,
You'd have to
we're
get
pretty
permission
excited.
to film there though, because they are weird about filming at the Mall of America. So,
Oh,
especially
really?
commercially. Yeah.
They're no Atlanta, that's for sure.
Well, they used to have a TV show based out of there, and I think they changed some weird laws where if you're doing commercial stuff, it has to have permits. And obviously, Sony would take care of that anyways. But
Looks like we have a Formula One fan in the chat.
Oh.
F1 is coming to Vegas. Yes, really.
I'm not
excited.
gonna lie, I turned my Netflix on when I drove from Minnesota down here,
Mhm.
and just like had it playing on my phone in the background for literally the whole season on the way down here, and it's like that show is awesome. That Netflix Drive to Survive.
It is so fun. Paul, have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet, and everybody's like, you gotta watch it, you'll fall in love with F1. I mean, from what I hear, it was like the best move that Netflix ever has done, or F1 has ever done, is joining with Netflix and doing that show because they've
Yes.
gained so many people.
First of all, Acker Quarters, Acre, thank you for subscribing. Second of all, the filmmaking and the storytelling in Drive to Survive is so much fun. So I think you'd really appreciate it. And it's really
And they're doing
cool.
season 2, aren't they?
Yes.
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 Isn't it like
And it's
on
cool
season
seeing other.
4?
There's 4 seasons. Yes.
Yeah. So they're on 4. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
4.
There's
4.
four.
Oh, they're doing
Yes. Yes.
I just like how
Um,
they have like 3 races, and then they just keep making a new storyline for each one of those things, and then like you get 2 episodes in, and then it switches to like focusing on a different person, and it tells
Yeah.
what happened when they were in that thing, and then like then you start to see the like weave
Mhm.
of all the things, and you're like, oh man, this it
It's
kind of reminds
so
me of the movie Go a little bit, but it's a very
Yeah.
good storytelling. So
it is cool, and it's and because my wife and I love F1, and last year we went to the Austin Grand Prix. Well, we saw the practice race, but to see Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton race side by side, even at practice, like almost like a drag race, was so fun. And just you get to know the characters and everything. And so when you watch F1 on a Sunday, it just makes it feel like it's real. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Mhm.
Look, there's more F1 fans in the chat. This is great.
Listen, I think my father-in-law is a huge NASCAR fan, so I think if I could, I bet he would really enjoy watching that series on Netflix together, and then we probably could bond pretty well on Sundays watching F1. I mean, it looks cool.
There was a fun thing that happened when me and Paul were talking when we were talking about like when new gear comes out, like everyone's waiting for the YouTubers to like drop the new gear, and I always said, you don't need to wait for it. It's already been they've already used whatever's going to come out like 2-3 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah.
And when we watched your like Sony lens, some lens video you did.
Oh yeah,
where you did
1635.
You did that. No, it was when you went to the F1 race.
Yeah.
And I was
like, we were looking at it, we're like, this has got to be the
like,
A74.
I guarantee you this is the A74.
It was.
There's
It
no
was.
question.
Okay, so so the week prior to the race in Austin, one of the Red Bull drivers was in Dallas doing like a Red Bull show, whatever. It's called the Red Bull Run. And I had the camera, the A7 IV and the 7200 G Master Mark II. I'm walking around Dallas, and then I hear all of a sudden, "Hey Sidney, can I take a picture?" And I'm like, "Oh crap, I'm under NDA. No one is supposed to see this camera." So I'm like, yeah, man. So I'm like just hiding it and everything. And we had a chat. It's like, "Hey, what are you shooting on?" I'm like, "Oh, just shooting some Red Bull stuff." "All right, gotta go, bye."
At least it wasn't as obvious as like when the A7S III had the flip screen for the first time. It was like, you can't hide that. I imagine everyone had to do their videos with their screen closed because it was like, but the A7 IV, it's not as dead of a giveaway at this point. So
yeah,
but,
I mean, they all kind of look the same. I probably should have, covered the model name with like gaff tape or something. I
Gaff
probably
tape,
should have.
yep.
Yeah. Dave is asking, are you guys going to NAB? Just booked my tickets today. I'm still on the
He's going back
fence.
and forth on this one.
I am. I want to
He's waiting
go.
until the last minute.
Kind of. Okay, so it's weird because I'm filming a couple episodes of Lowdown in LA. And so that means I have to go back to Dallas and then go back to Vegas. So I don't know if I want to do that. But I don't know. Still undecided. Most
Terry
likely I'm
Warfield
probably
in the
not gonna go.
house.
Terry!
We got a lot of creators
Dude,
going on in here.
We got some fun stuff
Well,
over here.
Terry, that Kyle is like already wanting you on the show. He already has an intro made for you. It's hilarious. Actually, he showed it to me one time, and I was like,
I saw a preview.
That's hilarious.
Yep,
You saw it already?
Showed it to Sidney, yeah.
You got to have Terry on the show. He's a cool guy. I've never met the dude. I feel like we get along, and I feel like a lot of creators would get along. But Terry, you got yourself a neighbor out in Ohio now, don't you? We got Josh Yo.
Shoot, Josh Yo. Is he close?
Yo.
Is he close to Terry in the same vicinity?
They're close. He's in Columbus. I think Terry, you're in Cleveland or something, maybe. I don't know.
I think Josh Yo, you moved to Dayton, something like that.
Dayton? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they're.
But he hasn't had a video in his new.
We're all Midwest guys that say open, you betcha and stuff. So.
Yeah, I was born in Chicago,
But,
so I was born a Midwesterner.
Yeah. So a lot of creators. Paul, I got a quick run out here for a second.
Yeah, I know it. I know it's. He's got a. I don't know. Weird.
So you are in an actual cabin.
I'm in an actual cabin.
There was like a 360 view of like the mountains. Like, where are you? I don't know where you're at. It looked beautiful.
So I'm in shoot, where am I? Mineral Bluff, Georgia, which is right outside of Blue Ridge.
That's the name of it. Damn.
My wife is like always is really good at looking for cabins. So she finds like the best cabins across, in this area, and we always try to go to one every year with her family. So I'm here with my mother-in-law, my son, and my wife, and we just kind of
that's awesome.
We have some friends that are in. It's really close to North Carolina, so we go over and my wife is obsessed with. She buys a hat, probably like 3 or 4 hats every time we do like a week-long trip from all those little gift shops. She's obsessed with getting like different cities hats. So
I would be
Minnesota when we went there.
I'd be obsessed with hats too, except I don't look good in hats. Therefore, I don't collect hats.
Yeah, your hair is amazing. It's just that.
Well, thank you very much. I know that, but also I got a big head. My wife sometimes calls me fat face because I don't look good in hats.
My wife says like I'll try.
She doesn't.
When I want a hat, I gotta try it on and show my wife, and she's like, "Nope, that one. Your head's a weird shape, and the hat's too small for your head." Like
you look good in a hat. If I wear a hat, I'll look like a rice farmer. I can't do it. I just don't do it.
Rice farmer.
I could say that. I could say because my dad wears a hat, and I'm like, Dad, you look like a rice farmer. So
well,
fine.
Well, listen, it's that time again where I have to go against you in a game show about yourself. So
okay.
I think we have a guest ready, or not our guest, our host for this game show. I guess he's coming from a different area tonight, and he looks like well, we'll just roll this video.
Everybody's favorite rec center at the Creator Camp. This is the game that tests your knowledge. This is Know Your Creator! I'm your host, Bert McElroy, and tonight we'll be going head-to-head with our guest on who knows our creator best. Rules of the game are simple. All you have to do is answer 5 questions correctly, and the contestant with the high score at the end wins the game on Know Your Creator!
Oh my God, what is this?
Bert.
What the hell, Paul? You guys said you're going on vacation this week, so I came down to Hawaii, and I'm on vacation right now.
Oh my gosh.
Are you wearing hula flowers right now, Bert? I mean, it kind of matches your outfit a little bit there.
Of course I'm in. I'm in Hawaii. You guys said we're all on vacation this week, so. But, I guess we're here to play Creator Camp. Everyone's got to find out if you can beat this creator on knowledge on his own channel.
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with his channel, but he should know himself better than I know him, even though I am.
I forget everything that happened yesterday, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We all know, Paul, that you know everything about everyone that's on YouTube. So let's just get right into these questions because I got some drinks to get back to here in Hawaii. It's still sunny out here right now.
All right, just chill out there, Bert. Chill out there, Bert. Okay.
You know,
Bert.
you aren't paying me enough for the show.
Listen, the checks are on back order right now. I mean, there's a thing going on right now in this country. I mean, even checks are on back order. I mean, man. You won't accept our Bitcoin, so we're just having to do this. I mean,
so the rules are pretty simple, Paul. Paul knows the rules. Sydney, we got 5 questions tonight. The winner gets to win, and I probably should have asked you to bring some paper with ahead of time.
Okay.
I didn't bring any for mine, but as long as
Yeah, we might.
There's nothing in this cabin. There's no paper in this cabin.
We'll just verbal. We'll just do verbal.
We'll let Paul answer first, and then we'll let Sidney answer second, since Paul's the genius here. Question number 1: in Sidney's video, which camera should you buy? Top 4 cameras for your budget. What name did Sidney call his broken A6500 and 18105 lens?
I gave it a name?
You gave it a name.
Sounds like something I would do.
You need to make. We need to make. How if I say the answer, then he could just like blurt it out. Oh yeah, that's what I said.
I have no idea what it is. I literally.
If I wasn't on vacation, I would have told you guys to bring paper, but apparently I forgot. So
you know what? I'll do the cell phone thing. I'll write it on my cell phone in a note app.
I too shall write it on my cellular phone. Okay, well, large text. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Anybody in the chat's got answers too. Go feel free right along to play along.
I honestly don't remember any of this.
All right, we got 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Answers?
All right, you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put down the name Lucy.
Paul? Answer?
I don't know. Autofocus.
Let's play that clip.
Yesterday, I broke my camera.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Ricky. Oh, so sorry.
Paul got that one right. He said Ricky.
I remembered that one by Ricky Bobby. I remember when you first said it, I was thinking to myself, Ricky Bobby, and I don't know. That's why I remember that one.
I still have that green screen suit. Oh, it's very revealing.
If it's a video on your channel, there's nothing safe from Burt McElroy.
That's true. That's Ricky. That's right. I named that camera Ricky because one of my friends was named Ricky, and I named it after him. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Right, so Paul got a point on that one. Paul's winning 1-0. So number 2, in episode 2 of Dad Life, what is one of the very first things that every baby should know? Episode 2 of Dad Life.
If you don't get this one, yeah.
One of the very first things that every baby
This video was brilliant, by the way. This
might be also like your third video on your channel.
My wife tells me that I should bring that series back.
Hey,
you got answers?
They're old enough too now where they probably could do even more. But anyway, all right, ready? All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
Time travel.
Let's play the clip.
Hey buddy, it's me, your dad. So now that you're a little bit older, I figured it's time to teach you some things about life. And one of the very first things that every baby should know is time travel. Okay, oh, this is important, don't yawn. So what I did is that I made this flux capacitor, and this is actually what makes time travel possible. And don't worry, just not enough plutonium to give it the 1.21 gigawatts it needs to. Well, don't do that, Isaac. No.
That was a clever video. God. Who was that, by the way?
That was my friend Ron, and so I've always thought, like, man, Ron, if Isaac grew up, he probably looked like you. And that's when the idea of it happened. It's like, hey, you want to be in a video?
That's hilarious.
So everybody got that one right today. So now it's
Wow.
Paul 2 points, Sidney 1 point. We got to keep track because last week I lost count.
Yeah, please do.
So, question-
We're paying you good money for this, all right?
I don't got a pen and paper. I got a margarita waiting for me back there. In video, question number 3. In the video, The Adventure List, what was the one adventure that Sidney said he might want to revisit?
I don't know.
I remember this video was about how his wife and him met. It was the first video where I remember he journals. So he wrote about I don't think I could even remember that one. Like he wrote a list of things that he would like to do.
Yeah,
and then you got to one, then you said, "Oh, I gotta make a note of that one." But I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't.
I think I remember. That was a good video. I like that video.
When
Okay.
I showed Kyle's wife that video, she said, "You've shown me this Peter McKinnon video several times." I was like, "This isn't Peter McKinnon. It's a different list." She thought I was talking about the bucket list.
All right, I'm gonna guess. I can't remember.
Me too. I'm totally guessing. Right. I put shark diving. What did you put? Oh, walk on a glacier?
Glacier. I don't know.
Roll that clip.
You just said the word.
And that's the adventure list. And basically, the adventure list were these crazy, bold, audacious goals and dreams that I wanted to do that year. Things like stand on a glacier, travel to every continent to make at least one person laugh or smile, go hang gliding in Hawaii, shadow a detective. That actually sounds pretty cool. I may want to revisit that. Basically, just a ton of really bold and audacious dreams that I wanted to do.
Shadow a detective. How cool is that idea?
That
Right?
is awesome. It's got to be
It's a
Joe
great
Kent too.
idea. But it's got to be the thing.
Neither one of us got that one right.
Like the
Paul
one
kinda
time
got
you
one right.
shadow a detective, like a big case, like just breaks out. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like a triple murder mystery kind of thing. It's got to be that.
I just remember glaciers because I always wanted to do that as well. But I wanted to go see like Jake Sloan in Alaska and have him take me through a glacier, but it hasn't happened yet. But
One day.
I'm gonna get about 3 more margaritas and I'm gonna go do some hang gliding back there in Hawaii.
just don't kill yourself. We really need you for the series, but okay.
You know, there's on this ocean over here, you know, these crashing waves. You know, there's a yeah. Let's get to question number 4.
We still have a chance, I guess. Neither one of us got that.
Yeah. So
No, I totally forgot.
Paul, 2 points,
I love your
Sidney,
humor,
1 point.
Corey.
There's some big prizes on the line here, guys.
Uh-oh,
Question number
here we go.
4. Is anyone answering the chat? By the way, I'm not looking at the chat.
I just see lol and
No, I don't see any answers.
Feel free to play along. Question number 4. In the video, 3 zoom hacks on the Sony A7 III. What type of life was Sidney addicted to?
oh,
The video was 3 zoom hacks on the Sony A7 III. What
yes,
type
okay.
of life was Sidney addicted to?
Yep, I know this one. I remember very well now. Well, I say that, but I could get it wrong. Okay.
Paul, you got an answer, or Sidney's got one?
I don't. I have no.
You could just put glacier. That's fine. Yacht life, baby.
Oh,
Oh man, yacht life. I love it. I want it. I'm addicted to it. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem at all. Maybe I do. Okay, I have a problem. I have a yacht problem. And I'm not ashamed. Glasses of shame. Okay, bye. So back to the yacht.
Yacht life. I
we got
can't
a
fit
winner
into
on
that
that one.
shirt anymore. That's like pre-COVID era.
so we're tied here. This is like the tiebreaker question.
You guys are tied. So if you guys both get this right, then you If there's a tie at the end, I don't have a tiebreaker question today.
And we
So
both get
We
a
got
gold
we got
star.
Brad keeping score. Brad's keeping
Okay.
score. Thank you, Brad.
well, I might have a tiebreaker question.
Oh boy.
In the video, question 5. In the video Road Wireless Go 2 review in WandaVision, what was the one item that Wanda forgot to give Sidney after her chaos magic explosion? Wanda forgot to give you something. What was it?
I got it.
Oh no! Why don't I remember this?
It was funny. There's two things I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure I got this one right, but there's two different things that it could be. But I think I know which one it is.
Oh,
So
goodness.
the chaos magic explosion happened,
Yeah.
and she forgot to give you something.
Oh, okay. I think I know.
You got it?
Yeah.
Let's see them answers.
What did she put? I put
Belt.
tie. Belt?
I put.
Oh, I put a
That's
tie.
what I think. I think it's belt, but it could be tie too. So let's roll this. I guess.
Okay.
Check it.
It's time to go. Hold on. Do something. Hurry. Hold on. Hurry. Give me a second. Whoa. Okay. All right, it's not that bad. She just turned everything into black and white. And she gave me a nice outfit. She forgot the belt, though. Well, at least you look good. Oh, thanks. And you sound good, too. Ah, I see what you did there. Ah, you cheeky one. Yeah.
That was a clever video.
Wow.
Ooh.
You
Looks
got
like
it,
Paul
man.
got that
I
answer
told
right.
you
and
it was either the tie or the belt. I couldn't remember which one was forgotten.
Dude, wow. You know me better than I know myself.
you know what that means, Paul?
Do I win a car?
All right, we have a winner. Bob, tell them what they won.
It's the 1998 Lincoln Continental, a beautiful blend of luxury and contemporary design. Enjoy the rich rewards of driving a carefully crafted machine. Comes with standard features, California Emission Plus Rescue Package, undercoat, Scotch Guard, and chrome wheels. This is a Lincoln.
And as always, thanks for watching. We will see you next week on Know Your Creator.
Actual prizes may vary. The Lincoln Continental is subject to change to a Creator Camp t-shirt.
Congrats,
Oh,
Paul.
man,
You
that's-
won.
Yeah,
Kyle,
that's
you
a
missed
fun
the
video,
game
guys.
show, man.
I was watching it backstage, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, Bert, did anybody not tell Bert that like he had to work this week? This is I told
guess
him we were on
all
vacation.
And he might as well take a vacation too, I guess.
I didn't tell him vacation. I said we were traveling on the road this week.
Okay, yeah,
There's a
because
difference there.
any travel that you do as a YouTuber is a write-off because you can throw it all in there. So Sydney, if you come to Disney and take the whole family and you record one YouTube video with me in Orlando, done. The whole thing's a write-off. I'm just telling you.
It's a write-off.
Yep. So Paul, it looks like you won. So I don't know.
Wow.
Paul, guys, like he has like 3 cars now.
I
couple.
still don't have a Creator Camp T-shirt of my own yet.
Yeah, we'll have to get you a consolation prize, Sydney, and we'll get you. You know, I would have brought the shirt, but I just assumed he would have beat Paul. So
You could give me
We'll
my
zip this-
memories
we'll
back
zip-
because I totally forgot everything.
yeah, and feel free to go back into your channel, anyone who's watching Sydney's, and just deep dive through those early videos because there's some gems in there.
There's a lot of gems in there.
Your first video is hilarious. The 4th of July in the UK.
Yeah,
Like,
that was fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun. I just met, my friend out there. His name is Pete Gray, and he was a filmmaker, and we just hit it off right away. And I'm like, hey, dude, I know I just met you the other day, but do you want to make a short film? And yeah, we did. That was a very fun.
And I loved it because like the other one, like how to set up a mobile studio, kind of remind me very similar to you in the green screen suit. Just having a blast in your videos, dancing around, being goofy, and then you get to the point where you're actually teaching somebody something, and then you go back. I don't know. I love how you just intertwine your own personality into your videos. It's great.
Thanks, man. And it's a struggle sometimes because it's like, yeah, you're doing these gear reviews and you have the the copycat syndrome to make it like a Peter McKinnon style video or a Matty Hapoya kind of video or whatever. But it's like, at the end of the day, you can't really copy anybody else because you're not them. The best thing you can do is just make a video that reflects you. And that's
right.
it.
And I thought it was funny. I think people were talking earlier. I think we were talking about this at Camera Camp when you were down. But like people were giving you a hard time about being like Peter McKinnon, and it's like this guy's like nothing like Peter McKinnon. I don't even know. Like he doesn't even drink
No,
coffee.
yeah.
Like, I don't even know either. I mean,
It's crazy, but internet's It's filled with just people saying dumb things, whatever. But yeah, like whenever somebody asks like, hey, how do I grow on YouTube? How do I do this? I mean, well, yeah, first you got to be consistent, but also like you just got to be you. Like you want to stand out. Like the best way for anyone to stand out is to be you, because every single individual is uniquely made, and if you try to be like somebody else, well, it's like you're not attracting your tribe, like your vibe attracts your tribe. And so if you're going to be goofy and silly, then chances are you're going to attract the same kind of people. And those are the type of people that you want to show your videos to, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, got to be you.
Apparently on my channel, I just attract like makeup tutorial channels that want to know about the ZV-1.
That's interesting. That's very fascinating.
Well,
I made
did that one video where you put makeup on in the middle of the video,
So I did a lighting video, but I started the video with full makeup. And it was me doing a tutorial on how good the ZV-1 is for doing a makeup tutorial. And then like I did like a double screen where I came in my studio door, and I was like, what are you doing? Why are you wearing makeup? And I had like a conversation with myself, and but it was just funny that I did like a full makeup thing just to kind of make the statement that like these are the people watching my channel right now, so I'm going to make something for them as well. So, but yeah, like I was like adding comedy to my stuff, and you do the same thing, but you also kind of add like a lot of positive vibes, a lot of inspirational stuff, which is fun. When we were doing your video yesterday, I decided to like do one of these like I'm gonna give him a little bit of Kyle Watts in this video. So we did some pretty epically, seriously like good, awesome cinematic stuff, and then there might be a couple little just funny, like I don't want to give away the surprise, but some
it's pretty funny
in there,
little comedy bits.
So yeah,
Speaking
stuff that
funny,
I probably would try to do.
Kyle, how do you say Sidney's name?
It's see, I have a tongue twist. I can say your name fine unless I say it fast and say your first name, but it's Sidney Diongzon.
Yeah, pretty close.
I'm just making sure you got it right.
Sure.
It's
I'm not like Bert over there.
A funny.
So I don't know if you saw Paul had a Q&A where we talked about creators, and he's like, well, like I would love to work with Sidney, and a video. I was like, I'm right here standing next to you in Florida, Paul. Like, Sidney's not here in Florida. And I was like, Sidney Diongzon.
He has a weird last name. Why would you want to work with someone with a weird name?
He's like, you can't even say his name. I was like, I don't know. His name might as well be, he's not here in Florida, Sidney. So I was giving you a little razz in the end of his video.
That's funny.
And then we came back and was like, oh, is the camera still running? Oh, shoot. And did one of those kind of things.
Yeah. So, that's funny.
Yeah.
And creating is so much like I enjoy it so much more when you have people around you. Like I'm blessed that Kyle has come down to visit me a few times, and I've really enjoyed just even shooting his videos, helping him. Like even if I didn't get anything out of mine, like I just enjoy shooting something with somebody else versus just doing it by myself. So YouTube I think that's the best. Another great thing people need to do is find other creators that you can help and shoot with. It makes it a lot more fun. I don't know. I
forgot. Like I had this conversation with Sidney the other day where we went to Florida. Me and Paul were going to do a ZV-1 versus A7C best camera for Disney. And my footage, I wasn't paying attention at all to my footage, and it looked bad. And I'm like, I don't really want to promote a camera that looks terrible, like, because I was just winging the camera around, not giving two craps. And I was like, yeah, and like we did this Disney video, and I never got any content. And then I thought about it. Yeah, I was just in Florida, and I did the Crane M3. When I told you I did that Crane M3 video for the ZV-1, we traveled the world with the camera, and what we did is we went to Epcot. I just got a whole bunch of sequences throughout the different countries at Epcot, and at the end you're like, oh, clearly we're not at traveling the world. We're actually just at Epcot.
That's pretty funny.
It's kind of funny. So
it's funny seeing creators in the Disney realm, like they're like Disney influencers, I guess, where they just go to Disneyland every single day, and they their videos are like 20 best restaurants to eat during the summer, or best cakes here in California Adventure, or whatever it is, like, and like they go, and I don't know if they're sponsored by Disney, but if I could do it over again, it'd probably be along those lines, or be a food influencer. I'll do that.
Yeah, it's amazing they can keep coming up with content, because like I'd be like, okay, this is my 5th video, now what do I do? Like
All right.
For me, it's just like I like going there and doing gear reviews in the middle of Disney. I think it's just kind of funny and
That'd be pretty funny.
unexpected. And people are always like, "Oh, you guys YouTubers? I want your. Do you have a card? I want to watch your Disney content." It's like, oh, it's not Disney content. We're at Disney, but we're doing camera reviews at Disney. So
I
you
just
know, you get
love
those
gear and I
six-year-olds
like
trying to
Disney,
ask.
so we're going to have
Yeah.
Are you guys always playing tech support for your friends and family?
Oh yeah.
I am for sure because I'm that's my full-time job. I do IT for the school system. So my wife brings me her coworkers' computers home to fix, and yeah, I get way more than just like regular. So
Yeah, being an actual like IT person.
and I would love to do. I mean, I make videos for like my wife's real estate company and just like to do a lot of stuff for the family. And my old school that I used to work for found out that I did it. So I did like all their like special marketing, tour of the school for new students and all this stuff. I made all these videos that they needed. Or like, we had a teacher of the year. It was last year, before last video I made before I left them. Stuff like that where, you just surprise them. Hey, put this microphone on. I'm following you on the gimbal. And they're like, what are you doing? And they use like, I don't know, it's fun, but like I would love to do that full time, but I just haven't done it. But
it's funny how 10 years ago, where us filmmakers would like go to these potential clients and be like, hey, there's a lot of value in making videos because there's a lot of reach and stuff like that, and and all of them would be like, okay, whatever, and they'll throw like the tiniest amount of money into that budget. But like nowadays, it's like it is so crucial for any business or organization. So it's like, see, we told you 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and now you're
they
a little bit
still don't find the value for it. They're like, you want to charge me how much? I'm like, yeah, but you realize I'm going to be shooting footage for like 8 hours a day, and then I got to go home and edit it for like another 8 to 10 hours, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Unless you're Peter Lindgren, where you can just go edit a video in like 10 minutes.
1 hour of.
I want to sit by his desk just to see him edit because he must be just a wizard in front of the computer.
I know.
I feel like he must have like a drop-in template. It's like when I do audio band stuff, it's always like I have all my templates. Everything's got the effects on there. You just drag in like the clips. He's got to have something like that where it's just boom, 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 done vlog. It's like it's. I mean, I suppose when you keep doing the same kind of video every day, like his vlog videos, it gets to be like you have a thing and you just know what to do.
But it's also cool to see,
that way too.
It's also cool to see how other people do their workflow. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, wow, I've never thought about doing it this way. Maybe I'll try to adapt it into my workflow. So it's really interesting, to see how people work.
Yeah.
So I have one question that we always ask everybody on the show. And I totally forgot to tell you in advance most of the time. But I think you probably will come up with your clever response. But
Camera Camp.
So the premise of this question is pretty much tell us a story of a time where you're shooting with at any point that was either somewhat like a one time at band camp or something that's kind of embarrassing or funny.
Oh gosh, there's so many. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Well, so it was at NAB 2018, 19, something like that. So I just started, making friends with some YouTubers, like Kitty from Atola Visuals, Josh Morgan, James Matthews, Jason Fong, Viv, all them. And we were walking around and it was kind of cool because like we're a little posse and people were saying, oh, hey, it's Kitty. Oh, hey, it's Jason. Oh, hey, it's Sid. It's Josh or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, this is cool. People kind of know us or whatever. And then there's this one person that came up to us in the middle of the convention center. He came up to me and he goes, I just love your videos, especially the Tamron one. And I'm like, I didn't make a Tamron video. Are you sure? I just saw it last week. And then Jason goes, no, I made the Tamron video. He felt so embarrassed. I'm like, hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's totally funny. And so it was a funny moment.
Do you see yourself ever owning a Tamron?
Tamrons are great. I mean, I played what was it, the 35 to 150. That's a great lens. It's too heavy for me to put in my camera bag, but if someone's looking for like an extremely versatile lens to do pretty much everything except wide shots, then yeah, that's a great lens to use. That's for sure.
We were playing with the 28 to 200 today, Paul.
I mean,
yeah.
I on this trip alone, I've probably pulled out that's my wife's lens, like, cause she likes the one lens for all, just doing photography stuff. And for photography, that lens is great because you don't really care about the variable aperture when you're shooting photography as much. So I mean, I pull that. I mean, I love it because I can like zoom into the mountains at like 200 and then pull it back out for like a wide shot, and I'm done. I shoot the 24 millimeter for the really super wide stuff where I want it really sharp. But I mean, it's a great lens. I mean, I love shooting with that lens.
I had to for sure stabilize it though. I was like putting the camera on like trash cans and stuff like that because I was like,
you did good.
I was trying to aim at the 6th floor window and I was just like shaking like crazy.
So what did you think about that lens?
What's that?
What did you think about the lens, Sidney?
It was great. Oh, which one? The one that Kyle was using? Or the 35
28 to 200.
Tamron 28 200.
I mean, I was just basing it off just the stuff that I saw from Kyle's camera, and it looked pretty smooth. You know, he shot S&Q 60 and then sometimes 120, and then he did a lot of reveal shots far away, and that was pretty cool. And so yeah, he did.
I love S&Q mode. It's so under. I mean, I shoot it a lot.
Killer shortcut, best time lapse hack ever.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got so many time lapse stuff on this trip here. I love shooting time lapses with that thing, but it's getting late, and we don't want to take up a lot of your time here. We just really appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Before we close out today, do you have anything that you would like to share with the audience? Any previews or anything that they could be expecting on your channel that they might want to check out?
I mean, just the usual videos. I'll be announcing something not this Saturday, but next Saturday on the video. It has to do with my channel. Not the Lowdown, but it's something else, a little more personal. So I'm excited about that. But I just support each other. That's it. Keep watching other people's videos, comment, like, subscribe, and share. And when the embargo day lifts and you see a whole bunch of like review videos, watch all of them, even the ones that don't have. Just go watch them. Support other creators.
That's kind of what we're here all about. It's just I want to get people on this channel and just kind of get to know people more and show some stuff that people, like I said before, people subscribe to channels. They usually follow with them from that point. They don't really go backwards a lot. So like,
yeah,
there's a lot of what made people big on their channels in those first videos. Yeah, so it's fun to really kind of deep dive backwards into stuff. So
you know what? Comment on everybody's videos, even if it's just like, hey, I love this video, thanks. I just, there's something that really is encouraging to creators when they get those comments, especially when they're positive, because especially when they get larger, they get a lot of negative ones. And just try to be the positive commenter. Just go out there and just share the love, man.
And all those Dallas, Fort Worth people, we'll see you guys tomorrow at the
Coffee Creators tomorrow night.
There's a link. Do you have a link somewhere for that, Sidney, for RSVP?
Yeah, it's on my Twitter. Can I put the link here? I don't know how to do things.
You can paste it in the chat. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll paste it in.
Probably go find your Twitter otherwise.
But I would say go to Twitter.
Go to my Twitter. It's all my Instagram, my Twitter.
It's on your Instagram too. Go see what we did today too on your Instagram. You got those stories. Will be running for another 24 hours or something. We got into some fun stuff today. So
yeah, really fun day.
Hey Sid, thanks you so much. It's always great to see you and hear from you. Thanks for taking the time to hang out with us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, see y'all later, and we know we'll see you guys in the future.